Hello everyone, welcome back. In this presentation, we will see the advantages of having DBMS over file system. So the topic of today's lecture is file system versus database management systems DBMS. In the last presentation, we have seen a variety of applications of DBMS and we concluded the last presentation with this, why we need DBMS when we already have file systems in place. And I told you there are a lot of advantages of having DBMS over file system. So in this presentation, we are going to exclusively focus on the disadvantages of having file system and why do we need to move towards database management system. So let's now see file system versus database management system. We are going to compare file system and database management system as per the following 7 points. The first point is data redundancy and inconsistency. Point number 2, difficulty in accessing the data. Point number 3, data isolation. Point number 4, integrity problems. Point number 5, atomicity problems. Point number 6, concurrent access anomalies. And point number 7, security problems. I mean to say these 7 problems are there in file systems, and that's why file systems are not suitable for organizations for efficient storing and retrieving purpose. Let's start with the first one, data redundancy and inconsistency. When we talk about software applications, we know that software applications are developed by different programmers. Say if we have a software program, that software is not the outcome of the effort of only one programmer. There are multiple programmers involved. When we have different programmers involved in creating a software program, so obviously each programmer will choose different file for their own activities. When they go for obviously different files, obviously file structures are also going to be different. See, different programmers chooses different file systems. Obviously, each file system will be differing in the structure and the way they organize the data. And at the same time, when we have different programmers involved in a software project, it may be using different programming languages. A software is generally a collective effort of multiple programmers. So each programmer has their own uniqueness. In that perspective, suppose if they store the data in different places, obviously data is duplicated. So that is what I mean to say here is when we have duplication in the data, that duplication we call as redundancy. What is the disadvantage of having duplication or redundancy? Obviously, the storage will be increased and the access cost is also increased. So when we have redundancy, this is a serious problem to address, because redundancy invites higher storage cost and access cost. And this is a problem mainly with the file systems, because each file can be stored in different locations as well. If we are working on Windows operating system, one file may be in C drive, another file may be in D drive, one file may be in one directory, another file may be existing in another directory which is not in the same drive. In such a situation, if there are duplicate records, it's really difficult to find out which is the duplicate record. At the same time, when we want to access the data, it certainly invites a lot of access cost. And the storage size is also getting increased because of the redundancy. I will bring in a file to understand data redundancy and inconsistency now. This is a table that I have created in Microsoft Word, where this table contains employee ID, employee name, department, and the salary of each employee. We can see different departments are there: human resource, quality assurance, accounts, sales, etc. And I have listed few employees here. And the problem with maintaining this file system is that data redundancy. Say if I insert a new row here, I'm just duplicating the first row, 101, Alicia, human resource, and some salary. Now if you see here, this 101 is a duplicate record because we know already 101 exists. See, file system is not able to identify that this is a duplicate record. You may be asking, we can handle this situation well in Microsoft Excel by doing conditional formatting and formulas. Of course, we can do that. But think, an organization wants to store and retrieve the data effectively. In such a case, if they go for file system, it's really difficult to access the data, because handling redundancy is one of the biggest problems with file systems. At the same time, let's assume I'm renaming the department human resource as simply HR. In this case, is it affecting the other places? No. We are making some change and we expect that change to be reflected in all associated places. But unfortunately, file system is not able to do this. And this actually leads to inconsistency. At the same time, let's assume one more situation. This file is located in C drive of my computer. I have copied the same file in D drive as well. I'm copying the file to another location just to have a backup. Having a backup is always good, because if one files get corrupted or lost, we can still have another file. Let's assume I'm making a change in the file that is existing in C drive. Will the file present in D drive will automatically gets updated with the change that what we have done in the file that is present in C drive? No. This is also leading to inconsistency. Manually, we need to go and update all the associated places if there is a change in the file system. But database systems are good in this perspective. When you make a change in one place, it will automatically reflect the changes in all the associated places. That's the power of having DBMS. From this, we understood that duplication, redundancy, is a problem with file systems, and databases can handle this well.